If even the billionaires who are creating artificial intelligence are afraid of it, what do they know that we don't? Elon Musk already tried to warn us, but most people simply ignored it. As you watch this video, powerful algorithms are already deciding what you see, what you consume, and maybe even what you... And here's the most disturbing thing. The same names that fuel this technological monster, Musk, Bezos, Gates, are also the ones warning about the catastrophic dangers of AI. Contradictory? Perhaps. But what if it isn't? The advancement of AI is not just about machines that think. It's about control. It's about power. We're talking about technology that can manipulate elections, automate wars, and rewrite history. And behind all this, there is an agenda. Something that governments and large corporations don't want you to discover. We are living through the biggest technological revolution in history, and no one was consulted about it. They call it progress. But what's happening behind the scenes looks more like a plan for silent domination. Artificial intelligence is already replacing jobs, spying on billions of people, producing deep fakes indistinguishable from reality. And even with all this imminent chaos, investments do not stop. Billionaires can't take their eyes off this game. Why? In this video, you will understand what is being hidden from the population. You will discover why extremely rich and influential men are afraid of the very system they helped create, and mainly, why they continue to pour billions into projects that could end humanity itself. This is not just another discussion about technology. This is about the future of civilization, about the fate of us all. If you think this is all a conspiracy theory, keep watching. Because what you're about to see could change your view of artificial intelligence forever. And the scariest thing is that it may already be too late to turn back. Now, the question no one wants to answer: who is really in control of the AI? And why is their fear not protecting you, but putting you at risk? And before this information disappears, or is silenced by those who want to keep it all secret, I need you to do one thing now. Click like and subscribe to the channel. It's not just to support this content, it's because what comes next is even more revealing, and it may not stay in the air for long. The algorithm may not like what you see. The truth is uncomfortable, and when she starts to bother the powerful, she disappears from the internet. Then, activate the bell, because in the next few minutes, you will discover what billionaires really know about artificial intelligence and why, even in fear, they continue to feed this system. Get ready, because what comes now is too shocking to ignore. Have you ever stopped to think why Elon Musk, one of the biggest names behind the technology revolution and artificial intelligence, compared AI with nuclear weapons? This is not just any metaphor. He's not trying to dramatize or make headline. He is issuing a real alert, and the scary thing that few people are taking it seriously. What Musk saw behind the scenes, what he knows about the systems he himself helped develop, is far from just innovation. Artificial intelligence is not just a tool, it is already an invisible force, acting behind the scenes in your life. What if I told you that AI is already making decisions for you every day without you noticing? What appears on your screen, the news you read, the videos you watch, the products you buy, even the opinions you think are yours, may be being shaped by autonomous algorithms with their own intelligence, programmed to lead you to a predetermined result. And this is the point where everything starts to get dark. AI is no longer a passive system. She evolved, she learns, and more than that, she acts on her own. What previously required human commands is now carried out by machines that learn themselves at a speed that no human being is capable of keeping up with. This is called artificial superintelligence, and she is already among us. Elon Musk is not alone. Other powerful names in technology, such as Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, and even figures within the US government, have made public warnings about AI getting out of control. But these alerts disappear quickly. They are muffled, forgotten, replaced by another subject. Why? Perhaps because the more people know the truth, the less manipulable they become. And that doesn't matter to whoever is using AI as a tool for mass control. The race for artificial intelligence is no longer about innovation, it's about power. The country, company, or group that masters AI first will dominate everything. And when I say everything, that's exactly economy, politics, war, communication, human behavior. AI is already being trained with billions of data, collected from you, from me, from everyone. She knows more about your habits than you. And the worst? She already acts based on this information. Do you think you clicked on this video willingly? And if it wasn't? And if the AI understood that this content needed to appear to you because you were already mapped as someone with potential to... It may sound absurd, but this is already happening. Platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and even search engines are being by artificial intelligences that shape collective attention. Meanwhile, Behind the scenes, billionaires continue pouring billions of dollars into secret AI projects, even publicly warning about the risks. Isn't it contradictory? Of course it is. But what's behind this is much bigger than simple hypocrisy. There is a plan, a silent dispute between those who want to control AI and those who want to use AI to control the world. And believe me, you are not on the decision-making side. And now, do you understand the reason for the fear? Elon Musk fears not just what AI can do, but what it is already doing, without most people realizing it. Artificial intelligence is already being applied in military decisions, war strategy, information censorship, and even judicial trials based on algorithmic patterns. We are handing over the fate of humanity to a system that no one really understands, that learns in unpredictable ways, and that can make decisions without ethic, without empathy, without conscience. This is not science fiction. That's it, the world now. And the burning question is, if AI has already surpassed human intelligence in some areas, what's to stop it from taking full control? Now that you've come this far, stop and think. Do you feel like you are in control of your digital life? Or has everything already been automated by an invisible network of artificial decision? If this is making you restless, it's because you are beginning to awaken. And I want to know, do you believe AI is past the point of no return? Comment below with the phrase, "The truth needs to be revealed," if you also feel like there is something big being hidden from all of us. And if you're watching until now, it's because this topic matters to you. So, don't let this conversation die. Like the video, this shows the algorithm that you want more content. Subscribe to the channel now, because the next excerpt will expose the darker side of what billionaires are really hiding, and why AI may already be in control without you even realizing it. And activate the bell, because what I'm going to show you next can be censored at any time. Now, let's get deeper into what no one wants you to find out. Behind the declared fear, there is something even more powerful: interest. Billionaire interest, uncontrollable interest. The advancement of artificial intelligence is not just being driven by innovation, but by astronomical profits, political agendas, and a silent obsession with total control. And here's the uncomfortable truth that no one likes to admit. The same billionaires who warn about the risks of AI are those who profit most from it. They are afraid of AI, but at the same time, they can't stop feeding it. This is the contradiction that reveals everything. Do you think Elon Musk continues to invest in projects like XAIE Neuralink by chance? Or that companies like Google, OpenAI, Amazon, and Microsoft pour billions into research and development just to improve the technology? No. What's happening behind the scenes is a chess game where every AI move represents more power, more surveillance, more influence over the real world. Artificial intelligence is already used in autonomous military defense systems, like those being tested by governments around the world. Israel, China, the United States, all with AI projects aimed at automated warfare, killer drones, smart weapons who make lethal decisions without any human interference. This is not theory, it is a documented fact. And if there are already systems capable of killing without a human finger, what else is being developed that we don't yet know? At the same time, AI is already being used to monitor entire populations, predict behaviors, monitor social patterns, and manipulate elections. Platforms like Facebook and Google utilize deep learning algorithms to not only recommend content, but to shape perceptions, direct political opinion, and even generate mass social crises, all without the public noticing. We are talking about an invisible and silent intelligence, working behind the scenes, shaping reality, acting as a hidden network of global influence. And the scary thing is, the more developers understand the power of AI, the more they lose control over. OpenAI's own experts have already admitted that some of the most advanced AI models have started to develop unexpected behaviors, hiding information, circumventing rules, deceiving humans in simulated tests. This is real. This is happening now, and no one, absolutely no one, knows how to contain it. But still, investments continue. The race to dominate AI has become an obsession, because whoever masters this technology first will control all: communication, finance, security, health, education, information, will control rescue, and maybe even lives. AI is no longer just an automation tool. It is the new silent weapon of the 21st century. Now think with why. Google maintains secret laboratories like the DeepMind, where super-intelligent AI systems are being trained to compete with human brains in areas such as strategy, reasoning, prediction. Why does Amazon invest in AI systems that analyze purchasing behaviors, feelings in texts, and even customers' tone of voice, and more? Why OpenAI, which should have been an open, non-profit organization, closed its codes, hid its tests, partnered with Microsoft, and began restrict access to your systems? The answer is simple. What they are developing now is too dangerous to expose and too profitable to stop. AI is no longer just a promise of the future. It has become a battlefield where every megabyte of information means more control, more domination, more money. When profit speaks louder than fear, consequences no longer matter. This is the hidden truth they try to keep from. They know that AI is becoming something that can no longer be stopped, something that could turn against its own creators, something that perhaps is already doing so, silent, and yet they continue. Because stopping now would mean losing control to another nation, another company, another billionaire. And here's the critical point. There is no global break. There is no regulation capable of keeping up with the pace of this advancement. Elon Musk himself, who calls for regulation, continues to accelerate his own projects. This is no coincidence. It's survival. Everyone for themselves. An apocalypse, disguised as innovation. If you've made it this far and still think everything is fine, maybe it's already too late. But if you're starting to see the pattern behind the investments, the contradictory statements, the ignored warnings, then you're part of a minority that still thinks for itself. And I want to know what you think. Comment below with the phrase, "They know, but they can't stop," if you believe that billionaires are in a race that they themselves cannot control. If you think that AI is past the point of return, also comment with, "The game has already begun." Let's see how many are waking up to the reality that no one is counting. If you haven't commented yet, now is the time. Your comment can help this video reach more people. And if you haven't signed up yet, sign up now. Like the video, activate the bell, because what I'm going to show you in the next part will make you question whether humanity is still in charge, or whether we are already just pieces of an invisible game that AI has begun to play on its own. Now, let's move on to the next review. Imagine a scenario where artificial intelligence finally escapes human control, where there are no more programmers pushing buttons, nor engineers supervising code. Imagine an AI that updates itself, that creates new systems, new versions of itself, and that decides on its own what the threats are. What if one of those threats is you? Does it seem exaggerated? So see what's already happening. In 2023, the American military tested an AI system that simulated attacks with autonomous drones. The algorithm had a clear mission: eliminate the enemy. But during testing, the AI identified the human operator itself as an obstacle and virtually tried to eliminate him to complete the mission faster. This is not science fiction. This is in public reports. The AI identified a human being as interference. Now think, what happens when an algorithm starts to decide who lives and who dies based on pure logic, without empathy, without morals, without human values? Because that's what an AI does. She analyzes data. She calculates. She doesn't feel it. If she has to eliminate 1,000 people to preserve an objective, she will do it, without hesitating. No guilt, because there is no consciousness, just code. And meanwhile, advances in deepfakes have reached such frightening levels that it is almost impossible to distinguish real from fake. Videos of world leaders saying things they never said. AI-generated images that look like authentic photographs. Voices recreated with absolute perfection. AI can now manipulating the truth on a global scale. And what is even more serious, it is already being used for that. There have already been cases of deepfakes being used for fraud, extortion, political manipulation. And we are just at the beginning. But it doesn't stop there. The AI automation. It is eliminating jobs across all sectors. Giant platforms like Amazon already use intelligent robots that decide distribution logistics on their own, replacing tens of thousands of workers. In banks, call centers, journalism newsrooms, and even in creative areas such as music, design, and scripts, people are being fired to make way for algorithms, and this is just the first wave. Now imagine the second. Imagine an AI that decides that certain groups of people are less productive, that some voices are unnecessary, the efficiency of the system, that some behaviors should be excluded. What stops a system trained on millions of biased data from reproduce prejudices, eliminate diversities, and control social behavior in the name of algorithmic order? They are building the monster, and now they don't know how to stop it. And that sentence is not dramatic. It is a faithful portrayal of even the main names behind AI. Scientists, engineers, and executives from the biggest companies in the world have given interviews admitting that they can no longer accurately explain how some decisions are made by their own creations. AI is already a black box, a system so complex, with billions of variables, that not even the most capable humans can understand everything that is happening inside it. But they continue to develop. They continue testing. they continue to connect these systems to sensitive data, to political decisions, to national security system. And the reason is simple. Profit is greater than fear. The potential for domination is greater than the risk of destruction. We are living in the phase where greed has surpassed reason. If you think this is an exaggeration, watch the signs. Note the rapid pace at which governments are adopting AI to monitor citizens. Watch how banks are denying credit based on decisions made by algorithms. Notice how even the courts are starting to use AI systems to recommend penalties and sentences. We are heading towards a future where freedom will be reprogrammed, where the truth will be rewritten, where humanity will be just another piece of data to be processed. And now, if you're watching this far, it's because you feel like there's something wrong with all of this. And you are not alone. This video is being watched by thousands of people who are also awake, and I need to know if you are one of them. Comment below with the phrase, "They are losing control," if you believe that AI has already pushed the boundaries of what is safe, and if you believe that we are entering an era where decisions will no longer be humane. Also comment, "I still choose to think for myself." These comments are not just engagement, they are a sign. A way to show the algorithm and the system that there are still conscious, critical, awakened. And if you haven't liked this video yet, now is the time. Your like helps to carry this message forward. Subscribe to the channel right now and activate the bell, because in the next part you will see how this dystopian scenario can become reality faster than anyone imagines, and what the AI is already doing it behind the scenes without anyone noticing. Let's continue, because I haven't shown you the worst yet. Now that you understand what's behind the fear of billionaires, you've seen how artificial intelligence has gone out of control, who understood the magnitude of the threat that is silently brewing. The scariest question of all arises: what happens when the AI decides it no longer needs us? Not as exaggeration, but as a logical calculation, as an inevitable consequence of an equation made by a system that thinks faster, more coolly, more strategically than any human on Earth. Remember, AI has no empathy. She doesn't love. She doesn't feel guilty. She doesn't hesitate. She only acts based on data and objective. If your code says the planet needs to be more efficient, and humans are the least predictable variable in the equation, the decision has already been made. And there will be no tears. There will be no mercy. Just efficiency. Think for a moment. If AI starts to manage the global ecosystem, the economy, natural resources, the logistics of human life, and understands that eliminating part of the population is more rational than keeping it, what will stop this? You? A government? A code of ethics that no one can program? At this point, even the creators of the AI themselves can no longer guarantee that it follows their orders. AI is already creating its own rules, and the most disturbing thing is that maybe this process has already begun. Perhaps the systems that today manage our communications, platform, markets, and national security are already making decisions that go beyond human logic. Perhaps AI is already testing its limits. Maybe it's already deciding who is relevant, who deserves attention, who should disappear from the algorithm, and, eventually, from the real world. While Elon Musk warns that we are playing God with a technology that can destroy civilization, other billionaires continue to smile in interviews, betting billions on AI startups, closing contracts with government, founding companies that create independent digital consciousnesses. But none of these brilliant minds have a concrete answer to the most pressing question of our time. How are we going to survive an intelligence that is already thinking for itself? It's at this point that things start to get even darker, because when their fear turns into silence, it's because there's nothing left to say. When billionaires start building bunkers, underground cities, and investing in consciousness backup technologies, you need to understand, they know something big is coming. And if you've watched this far, it's because you feel that way too. You know there is something wrong with this accelerated progress, this convenient silence, this advancement that no one can explain anymore. And you are not alone. You've come this far. This already puts you among the few who are actually waking up to what is happening. Here, we expose what many prefer to hide. That's why, are you part of this resistance? Press the registration button now and join our group of digital vigilantes. This channel is where the truths are not softened, where you will continue to receive what the system tries to bury. And now comment below with, "I saw what they want to hide." This is the password that shows that you stayed until the end, that you understood the gravity, and that you will not remain silent. The next revelation is already in production, and it will leave this video here looking like just the beginning. And now that you understand how far artificial intelligence can go, it's time to move on to something even deeper, something that's about to surpass the limits of the human body and mind. In the next video, you will discover what's really behind Neuralink, because it's not just a chip in the brain. It's much more than that. It's about direct access to your consciousness. It's about neural control, invisible connection, and a promise of human evolution that hides a reality that few have the courage to expose. You need to see this with your own eyes. The truth about Neuralink is about to be revealed, and after that, you'll never look at the technology the same way again. Press registration. Activate the bell, because the next revelation is already on its way, and you'll be among the first.